Hello everyone, my name is Bobby Martinez, and today I'm excited to bring you a series of interviews with our local candidates running for Port Hueneme City Council. These interviews are an opportunity for us to get to know the candidates a little bit better and to hear directly from them about their plans, priorities, and vision for our city. So whether you're new to the community or a longtime resident, it's important to be informed about who's representing us and what they stand for. So today I'm sitting down with Misty Perez, our current mayor and candidate for Port Hueneme City Council. Thank you for joining me, Misty.
Thank you for having me.
And before we dive into the questions, I want to say that this is an open conversation where you can share your thoughts, accomplishments, and plans with the residents. My goal here is to give voters a better understanding of who you are and what you hope to achieve if elected. So let's get started. So to begin, could you share a little bit about your background and what inspired you to run for city council?
Sure. So I'm a mom of three. I'm married. I have a blended family. I'm a paralegal, litigation paralegal of 20 years. And what got me started in running for council is that really, I just wanted to volunteer. I wanted to give back to the community, but being a single mom didn't afford me that much opportunity. So when I remarried Rick, he allowed me to have that opportunity and time and the ability to do that. And so I was actually approached by some city employees really wanting me to run for council because they were tired of not having an advocate for the city for both SCIU and regular employees, including the police department. So I was like, okay, well, I don't know anything about this. So it was pretty much, ground zero and learning everything I needed to. And we went door to door and rest is history, got elected.
Nice. And over the past few years, what accomplishments are you most proud of during your time on city council?
So there are a few of them. The first one that I personally started myself was the Thanksgiving dinner giveaway that we do every November. I started that a few years ago with assistance with our previous chief. And that has been such a good thing for our communities. There's so many people that have a need. So we get close to 100 to 200 people at that event to come out and get a free meal for Thanksgiving. And some other things are our HLO officer. That was an idea that I also spoke to a previous chief of police. So I'm happy about that because we have a homeless population, and having them being able to get connected to resources has been really important for our community as well. Council recently brought back our motorbikes, patrol officers on motorcycles. So that was something that was really wanted by the community. There was a lot of issues with traffic that they were concerned about, and creating a traffic division in our police department, which we've never had, was really something important, and our police chief was all for that, so we did that. And improving the atmosphere at our city, being more friendly to community members, that required us to change administration, which was something that we really needed. We weren't happy with the direction our city was going, and we really need to make a change there. And so we did, and we brought in a really good city manager who is much more in tune with the needs of the community and the needs of council, and creating a change in that environment to make it more user and community friendly. And in addition to that, bringing awareness to mental health. I'm a mental health advocate, a suicide prevention advocate. I got into that, unfortunately, by going through my own trauma. I lost my son to suicide, and so I saw the need in the community, and we needed more awareness of mental illness. We needed to break down that stigma so that people could feel more comfortable, talking and acknowledging that they have a mental illness, and bringing resources from the county to make sure that people are aware of what is out there for that. So those are some of the things that I'm really proud of. I know there's a few more things, but
yeah, well, that's still good. That's still a good amount.
Yeah.
And next question number 3. What are your top priorities for Port Hueneme over the next years, and how do you plan to achieve these goals?
So some of the issues that Port Hueneme are really something we need to focus on is affordable housing and our economic plan. With affordable housing, as you know, and most of our community members know, we don't have any land to build on, really. So we need to get creative in creating policies to create housing in already developed communities. And we need to support policies at the state and federal level for affordable housing and low-income housing. And we recently empowered our housing authority to allow them to fundraise and get grants and other funding options so that they could bring in more houses under that authority so that we could increase their portfolio. The next one that we really need to focus on is our economic development plan, which we just really recently rolled out a few months ago. So that's going to require a team effort from many agencies, including leveraging local companies, local developers, and creating strategies of bringing in businesses. We're 25 miles from the city, so it's really difficult for businesses to make it around here, so they struggle a lot.
Yeah, and you mean 25 miles from the,
the
freeway?
We're 25 miles from a freeway,
Yeah.
so that really causes businesses to struggle. So we really need to be creative as to what we bring here, and that might include partnering with local educational institutions and unions, maybe for skill training or educational endeavors, so that we could tap into resources around here, like tech environment, or with the Fathom work with the Navy and the port.
Next question. What do you want voters to know about you that we haven't yet discussed?
So I'm a big community service advocate. I recently created a community service club called the Lions Club. The first one in many years. I think the last Lions Club in Hueneme was maybe in like the 50s and 60s. But the service club that I created is 100% volunteerism, a nonprofit that supports community needs and does fundraisers to support community needs. So when I'm not working during the day or doing council stuff, that's probably what I do with the rest of my time is community service.
That's really nice. And why should the residents of Port Hueneme trust you to represent them on the city council?
I think my experience, I've shown that I listen to the community and that I work with my colleagues to implement plans that support the community and their needs. I think we've done a really good job of hearing what they are concerned about and making sure that we're creating policies and implementing things to take care of those issues. Compassion. I worked for everything that I have. I raised 3 children by myself. I've done everything with hard work, so I understand the struggle of people because I struggled myself. I didn't get help from anyone, so I understand what that means of living in a time where your paycheck doesn't meet ends, and so helping to make that easier or just helping to bring some happiness in their lives and by creating events for our community or other things where we can just take away from the day-to-day grind of difficult living is 100% what I'm for. And I think this council has done a really good job of creating events and pushing for wellness in our community that has never been done before.
Good. Well, thank you so much, Misty, for taking your time to share your thoughts and visions with us today. And it's been really insightful to hear more about your priorities and plans for the city of Port Hueneme. To all the viewers, I hope this interview has given you a clear picture of where Misty Perez stands and how she aims to contribute to the future of our city. And I want to remind you all that local elections are a great opportunity for you to have your voice heard. So I encourage everyone to stay informed and vote at the upcoming election. Thank you.